Well, kids, we looked at temperature, the biosphere, the precipitation distribution in terms of the annual cycle going back and forth with the sun. And what remains is, of course, the winds. And winds, as we know, are big part of the poleward energy transport. Remember, there is excess energy in low latitudes and deficit energy at high latitudes, and we are always moving energy, and winds are the main manifestation of it. And we looked at ocean currents before, where winds are driving the oceans, dragging them around, and oceans are also a part of the energy transport. The winds, of course, have the trade winds in the low latitudes, where we are looking at the northeasterly trades and the southeasterly trades converging into the ITCZ, ITCZ, where the rain happens, because when winds converge, they rise, they expand, they cool, they condense, form clouds, and bring rains. And the winds go up in the atmosphere, hit the ceiling, the tropopause, and they go poleward, and then they sink somewhere where the skies are clear and no rain, and deserts in the ocean, on land. And we said this is a meridional cell, and at some point you don't have the trades anymore, and you get mid-latitude westerlies. So once you get past the trade wind structure, you have westerlies. Remember, that means winds are coming from the west going towards the east. A little trick there: if winds are going from west to east and the planet is also going from west to east, that means winds are going even faster than the planet, because they are running ahead of the planet from west to east. And this happens because we are moving momentum from the low latitudes also into the mid latitudes, and we go towards the poles, and we get so-called polar easterlies, which means they are going from east to west. And the other main thing you'll notice is, of course, the monsoon circulation, very strong over the Indian Ocean, where the winds change direction completely with season. And the southern hemisphere is very different than the northern hemisphere, because you have the southern ocean and Antarctica, whereas in the north you have all that land which breaks up the winds, whereas in the southern hemisphere you have this very nice band of mid-latitude westerlies going from west to east and churning the ocean and so on. Okay, all these make for fascinating impacts on climate as well, which we will try to understand a bit more as we go forward. Okay, kids, see you next time.